You ever just feel like not talking because you listen too good and talking hurts? It's literally painful to talk. You listen and you're like, oh, it's so painful to listen, you know? And how can people hear what other people are saying if they don't listen, you know? Dad, when I told you to call me here tonight, I told you to call me when I'm awake, not when I'm asleep. That was my Patrick at when I was at ASU, and I had a night class and he had to stay at his mom's house. And his mom would put him to bed real early because she had a girlfriend that didn't like to deal with Patrick. And yeah, Char was a bitch. Yeah, she was. Lots of people. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. I used to tell my first ex-wife that, that you'd go to a Hitler bashing and say, well, he did have a reason for doing this to a bunch of Holocaust survivors. I was like, get mad at me. I was like, no, some things just, there's just no excuse. Okay. There's no explanation for that to continue. Just narcissism, selfishness, and just, I'm sitting here and I'm watching TV and there's this commercial. It's Hills or whatever, science gave us that, right? They sit there and they say, can give your pet love beyond all human expression. It's like, you guys are using Proverbs, share, care, give according to needs, build to last, to give away the pet food and give us the wisdom of Solomon and the sacrifice of Jesus. Do you understand? You're a scientist. Do you understand the words you're saying? Do you understand the magnitude of the words you're saying? Do you understand? Do you remember the days of slavery? Do you remember what Marcus Garvey said? People without a knowledge and a history is like a tree without root, dead inside and fall for anything. Hey, that money's real. Do you need to add gold to your portfolio? You're a scientist, right? If you're a scientist and you're supposed to be able to prove what you say is correct, okay? You're held more accountable than people that take ancient books about religion, and those ancient books have a lot of bullshit in them that cannot be proven by science, right? But the thing that's real cool about it is that in the books, like in Revelation, it says your faith must be based on reality. If you try to base your faith on things that you can't explain, okay, when you believe in things you don't understand, superstition is the way, yeah, okay. And my first wife had a lot of that. My second wife, no, she was very, Amy was raised with, Snoop Dogg and Howard Stern and Dr. Dre and, all those people. And she's a pragmatist, You got to fuck them before they fuck you. They're going to fuck you. So you got to find out a way to get your grind on, get your, so you got to be prepared and be ahead of them, and you might as well just join the fuck and have fun with the fuck. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked and not have any fun trying to be a good person, getting fucked all the time, right? And so, and that was my second wife. My first wife was, if this hand itches, you're going to get money. If this hand itches, you're going to lose money. If this, and I'm like, no, baby girl. Well, so it was hard. Yeah, being married was hard, I think even in Abraham's and Moses's and Noah's time, when you get both those ways of thinking, it's hard, No, there's no such thing as, there is no spirit in the sky. Norman Greenbaum's full of shit. It's just to sell records. Amy knows it, okay? But if you get into the after party, here's how you have sex with Steven Tyler, right? And so prove that you can suck a golf ball through a garden hose, right? Earl, you're so wrong. I'm not, man. And I was sitting here having a conversation with Lord Muhammad in my head. Oh my, you talk to Lord Muhammad that way? We talk, right? And there's a bunch of the asshole in Iran right now and Russell Nelson, they agree on certain things. This man cannot be the Messiah because he doesn't have good manners. It's like, have either one of you little bastards stood up for the Lord's Prayer publicly to save children from being raped to death in brothels? Okay. What's good manners to you, Russell Nelson and Mr. Descendant of Muhammad in Iran? I will bomb everybody that doesn't buy shit from me. What's good manners to you, asshole? Okay, good. Okay, can I very politely ask you to go fuck yourself in private? That's what me and Muhammad came up with. He's like my nephew Isaac. He's funny, right? Oh my gosh, Good manners. Like that in a little critter book, where he says, they learned in school how to have good manners. You're supposed to put your napkin on your lap, and his napkin falls on the floor. His little sister laughs. She goes, your good manners just fell on the floor. So I think that just happened to the president of the Mormon Church and the president of Iran simultaneously. That's funny. I know it is. But please listen to yourself talk before you do so, because your children are listening. And children come a clean slate when they're little. Their brain starts filling full of information again. If you give it good information, it's a good person. You give it bad information, it's like, why are you scratching your hand, baby? Oh no, don't say we losing money, baby. Or you got to fuck them before they fuck you, and you got to enjoy the fuck, or you're just going to get fucked and never have fun fucking. We've been NWA'd again. 2 Live Crew on the move, right? Stupid, right? Totally insane. What's the difference between that and a commercial about science saying food sold in a bag is the most amazing love ever given to animals from human beings? St. Francis, you need to talk to these people. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Let's hope this one loads fast. The other one loaded real fast. I just didn't want to talk because I was listening. I'm like, oh, fuck, I don't want to talk anymore. My head hurts. I love you, little bastards. Okay, bye.